welcome to the Last Seed Podcast. It's your boy, Johnny Clutch, with Ty. Before we start this episode, please hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel. We're so close to 50 subscribers, so close. We're 12 away, you know what I mean? If y'all have been on the TikToks, appreciate the love there as well. But let's get right into it. That Bills-Dolphins game, a little bit of touch and go, a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I think just anytime you're playing like a divisional opponent, you can't take them lightly.
Yeah.
I didn't think the Bills were in any danger of losing. I thought they definitely didn't play their best football, and they still won by 10 and scored over 30 points, and we had a missed field goal.
Right.
So I think the offense. I think they were just being very vanilla, and I think we're going to see some of that this week going into the Saints game. I think Joe Brady doesn't want to show too much. And I think there was times in the Dolphins game it was coming back to bite them.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they could have put that game out of reach like way early.
Yeah.
And I felt like they were just kind of just taking things slow, and that's something I feel like the Bills have always done. They kind of always just they don't put their foot to the pedal and just try to like cruise past these teams. It seems like they're kind of like, hey, if we win, we're up 20. If we win by 3, it's okay. We still won.
Right. The thing is just like I get like that perspective for sure, and that's a perspective that I had coming out of that game like immediately. But the more I thought about it, I'm just like, it's still the NFL. You know what I mean? And you're playing, like you said, we're playing a division opponent, and we still scored over 30 points.
Right.
I don't know what more to expect. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, you expect more. Like, I think, obviously, everyone saw that prediction I had. It was a little bit in jest, you know what I mean? When I was saying, like, oh, Tyreek Hill's going to run off the field and stuff like that, and McDaniel would get fired. Obviously, that didn't happen, but
Right.
I think with everyone looking at the way, like, the Dolphins were looking going into that game, everyone was expecting them to just implode, and they showed a lot more fight than I think many people did. I thought they would. I thought if they didn't rise to the occasion right away, it was going to get messy. It really didn't get messy for them until like late in the fourth quarter, obviously. So, I don't know. It's just I feel like the expectations you're not going to blow out everybody,
right?
You know what I mean? It's the NFL. So, like, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, no, I don't mind that. The Bills have scoring 30 points is like the Bills thing,
right?
Like they just do it all the time. I feel like, and if you tell me Miami has a good offense.
Yeah.
That's a good, fast offense. If you're telling me, like, hey, we're only going to allow 21 points to a team like that, like, with as good as offense, I'll be like, all right. Because I know our offense could go out and score more.
What was interesting what I was seeing from Miami, though, is, like, I saw a coach that just did not believe in his quarterback. Like, a lot of throws behind the line of scrimmage. I don't know what the exact number was, but I think he was, like, per attempt. Like, it was, like, 5 yards per attempt, yards per attempt. Okay. So, for Tua. So, it was just, like, I don't know. I just saw, like, obviously I agree with you, like, on the weapons and stuff like that. Miami definitely has, like, you got Hill, Waddle, Achane, Ollie Gordon showed some stuff.
Scored his first touchdown.
Yeah, and but yeah, that's what I saw. I think you know what I mean. That's the one thing I feel about the Dolphins. I feel like them getting rid of McDaniel will be a mistake. I think it's more of a Tua problem, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can see that. He looked a lot better Thursday. Because his game and that offense is just him getting the ball out as fast as he can.
Right.
The Bills, I don't know if the Bills finished with any sacks defensively.
Yeah, he just gets rid of the ball so quick.
But the thing is that he was actually hanging on to the ball a lot longer and actually scrambling and extending plays. And it's like, I felt like there was plenty of times where he's running around that we should have got to
Yeah, true.
Or whatever. But all it takes is just one play, and we saw that with the Bernard interception. That pretty much sealed the deal. So, and they were driving. Like, they were probably coming away with some points on that drive.
The two big plays was that, and then them having that roughing the punter penalty.
Right.
I can even venture to say if it wasn't for that roughing the punter penalty, that game would have been a lot tighter than what it was. I think we still win, but could have only been by a field goal. Definitely could have been one of those where, maybe those butt cheeks are clenched a little bit towards the end. But, still, you're 3-0, you know what I mean? You're running away with the division, 1 seed in sight. The Bills got an easy schedule, and speaking of that, that'll bring us up into this week's game. Really can't ask for an easier game than this, at least on paper,
Yeah, obviously, like it's like you said, it's NFL. You can't take any team lightly. I mean, the Bills aren't sitting there like, hey, we don't got to watch film this week or anything because it's the Saints. Like the Saints got nothing to lose.
Right.
They're gonna come out. They'll be the team that comes out on the first play and does a double reverse or a flea flicker or
right.
A fake field goal. They're like they're gonna try everything.
And they just got pounded last week. You know what I mean? Like those guys are gonna have a lot of pride coming into this game. You know what I mean? Saying like, hey, you know what I mean? Let's get something done here today. I kind of don't like that they got pounded so much last week because I think they're gonna come in with a little bit more fight this week. I mean, kind of like how Miami did after losing embarrassingly to the Colts and having a last second heartbreak to the Patriots. So, I mean, what if the Saints have any path of making this game competitive? What do you think it is?
I don't know. I mean, their game plan is going to have to be drain as much clock as you can so Josh Allen's not on the field.
Yeah.
Like they're going to have to go on like 12, 13, 14 play drives that's like taking up like 9 or 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's going to have to be their thing. And I mean, Miami did it pretty good last week because I mean, I think was it the first half and the Bills only touched the ball maybe like 3 times or something like that.
Right, yeah.
So, I mean, that's going to be the only way I think they really can be competitive. I think I'm trying to remember who it was talking about their defense that said their defense. Oh, it was Dan Orlovsky was talking about the Bills Saints game on One Bills Live on the radio I was listening to. He said their defense is going to give you opportunities to take shots on the field.
Right.
So the thing is that Miami played 2 high safeties.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want the Bills trying to go down the field, and Allen's like, all right, we're just going to take what we can get.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. So I know a lot of the people that, maybe it was like one of my initial reactions to last week's game was first, like, man, we don't have anyone that can win down the field.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be interesting to see if we do get more opportunities this week, like you said, you know what I mean? Especially if the defense is going to, the Saints defense is going to let us try to do that, or at least they're going to open it up to that. Because it would be nice to see someone like Coleman, Palmer, guys gets like deep ones down the field. I feel like that's kind of an element that's been missing in this offense the last couple seasons.
Yeah, it definitely has. I mean, I think the Bills and Josh Allen specifically have gotten so good with taking what the defense is going to give you.
Mm-hmm.
You play Miami, you're going to have 2 high safeties. That's fine. Like the Bills are executing with their tight ends early this season.
Yes.
It's so great to see it because we never see the Bills with any quarterback.
Kincaid has been
do anything with tight ends. Yeah. And it's great because I know we wanted to see a lot out of Kincaid, and so does everyone else. But it's one of those things where it's like, if you're not stacking the box, we got James Cook who can just run the ball down your throat. And then if you want to start stacking the box, then it's going to leave some spots open where it's like, if you got a one-on-one with Coleman, just go throw him a 50-50 ball.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the hell of it. Just see if he comes down with it, or get a guy like Elijah Moore who, has speed, or Palmer who can get separation and see it. Even like with the tight ends, if you get Kincaid matched up on like a linebacker or something,
I mean, Jackson Hawes also too, and our tight ends been showing good things too. I mean, he was more so of a blocker. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was definitely drafted for his blocking ability.
But I mean, his receiving abilities actually look pretty good. He caught a touchdown last week. He had that great catch against Baltimore. So yeah. I definitely like what we're seeing out of him. You know what I mean? It makes you wonder if eventually Knox becomes a little bit expendable.
Yeah, I just don't know what that contract. I mean, I'm sure they'll hang on because they've always been a team to carry 3 tight ends.
Right.
They've always wanted to carry the 3 tight ends. So I think you'll see more packages with that. I know we used to do the extra offensive lineman last season with Alec Anderson. I feel like now they really don't have to do that.
Right, because you have
Hawes. And when Hawes comes in and he's, eligible because he's a tight end, that's just an extra guy that can run out for a pass if you need to.
Yeah, I mean, especially the way we're using him, I don't think Hawes is ever going to be like that guy where you're like, wow, this guy, spills up the stat sheet and stuff like that. But for where we got him and the role he's playing on this team, I mean, let's look at it like this. Like, everyone, when Matt Collins left, the big thing about him was, like, his run blocking down the field and stuff like that. So you have to think, like, what kind of element can you get to replace that? Now, it's not the same thing as, Matt Collins lining up out wide and blocking downfield, but it's another element to your run blocking.
Right.
We really didn't have last year, you know what I mean?
Right.
And you know what I mean? When you run that 3 tight end set, if you do want to run a play action pass, you know what I mean? He has shown that he is capable of catching something. He's not like he's nothing.
And that's the thing too. It's like, put that 3 tight end set out there and just pound the ball like 2-3 times in a row, and then open up that play action. And it's you're gonna be able to stretch the field
for sure.
So,
But what's your prediction for this game? I mean,
oh man, I haven't really thought too much about it. I mean, I don't think any Bills fans are concerned.
yeah, I'm not concerned.
I think I'm more just excited because it's like, obviously it's a home game. For those that don't know, we have season tickets.
Finally, a Sunday 1 o'clock.
I was just gonna say we don't sit together though. So we tailgate and whatnot, but yeah, we get the rare Sunday 1 o'clock games.
Miss them. I don't care what anyone says.
Growing up, we always had Sunday 1 o'clock games because the Bills were never good.
Yeah, those are the only good thing about those days. I like the Sunday 1 o'clock games, me personally. It's just a perfect time.
Yeah, so we'll wake up early Sunday morning and we'll head to our tailgate spot and eat and get ready for the game. And it'll be nice because it's like, the time, it's not midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning when we're finally leaving the game. So
I say Bills win 38-14.
Yeah, I can easily see. I mean, I would definitely take the Bills scoring over 30 again. I just don't know. I mean, I guess I could see the Saints with like 14 points if they get like some garbage time.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Some garbage time.
And that's the thing. I wouldn't be surprised if we see, Allen sitting in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I say that, and this team's we're gonna win 27-24. So no, I'm kidding. But yeah, no, I really don't have like a score prediction. I mean, I would definitely, if I had to put money on it, I would put the Bills over 30.
So you think they cover the spread right now? It's at 16.5, right?
It's at 16.5. That's a big number.
That is a big number.
That's a big number. I don't. The only reason why I don't know is because if it gets to the point in the fourth quarter where like our backups are in, and
and the Saints get like some garbage time scam comeback.
That's why the spread. I don't know. I'm not really a big spread person.
Gotcha. It's tough
unless it's like
big.
Cheese and pepperoni, and crackers and stuff like that.
On that note, let's start talking about some fantasy football. So we've done some lives together, whether it's just been me or it's been me and Ty. We appreciate all the love there. We figured we'd do a little segment on the show. Fantasy football.
Pull up the list.
Yeah, fantasy football trade market. So I did a little research. So the guys we're about to be talking about right now are the most traded guys.
You want to do like top 5 or top 3? What do you want to do? It's a big list.
We'll do top 5 for now.
Okay.
We branch off of that. But yeah, these are going to be, so probably when we do lives this week, these are probably going to be the main guys to be talked about. So we're going to cover them all here.
All right, we'll start with number 5.
Start with number 5.
All right, A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown. Okay, so
that might be the little bit of a shock for me.
I don't think so.
The reason why I'm wondering is because, I mean, is this people who are trading him away?
So this is just trades in general.
Oh,
so
okay.
Whether someone's getting, so that total number, that's how many trades he's been in.
Okay, because I was looking at it as this is people who want to trade him away.
Right.
And I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, he's not a bad receiver, so I'm like, okay, so this is just, he's just involved in the trade.
Yeah, he's involved. Oh, okay. So there's a lot of action going on. I can see it, me personally, because he definitely had a couple duds the first couple weeks. Maybe someone's just like, oh, he had a good game. Let's get rid of him while I can.
Right.
Or maybe, people that wanted to trade for him before, maybe feel a little better about it now. So, I mean, what do you think about his rest of the season outlook? Do you think those first 2 games are more of what we see to come, or do you think it's going to be more so what we saw this week against the Rams?
I think he'll be fine. I mean, Philly, when you have Saquon and you have Hurts, who is a running quarterback too, especially, near the goal line. I mean, how many times are you in the red zone or you're inside the 5 or 10? They're not just throwing A.J. Brown a one-on-one fade.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, I think he'll be fine because, I mean, look, they were in jeopardy against the Rams.
Yes.
Like, they could have lost that game, and I think they finally started opening up passing the ball. And once they did, it was like,
well, they had to because they were down.
It's like, the offense is moving. Like, they're doing well. So I think they'll be fine. I think they just have to get back into, that throwing. I mean, Hurts ain't going to go out there and throw the ball 30 times every game.
No. So
that's the risk you take, though.
Yeah, he is going to be volatile, but he is on a great offense. You know what I mean? He's going to have more scoring opportunities. I think it's going to be more so, I don't know if he's going to pay off at his ADP. I think he was going second round in some drafts.
Probably, yeah.
So I don't know if he pays off at that price. So But if you're able to buy low on him, maybe for some of these guys that we're maybe about to mention, and you really need a receiver, I don't mind it. So
I took McConkey over Brown in a draft, and I don't think either one's not really looking better than the other one right now. So
yeah, so but let's go over some of the other names.
All right, number 4, we got Travis Etienne.
Travis Etienne. So I have to imagine people are trying to sell high on him.
Oh, for sure. I would definitely be in for trading for him, especially because.
Oh, so you're still buying high?
Oh, I would still. Okay. I mean, I wouldn't give up a ton for him, but I've always liked Etienne, and then now he's been having a good start to the season, and then I think that trade in Bigsby, I think really, I think the Jags were like, okay, hey, we got confidence in him and that other rookie, I don't even know his name.
So does Bashal Tutin worry you with Etienne's outlook?
Not really.
Not really.
I mean, he'll get his touches, but I feel like it's different, I guess, if like they start using both of them, like Gibbs and Montgomery, and they're each getting the same amount of carries or close to it. But I don't think, at least for now, I don't think it's going to be like that.
Yeah, I'm somewhere in the middle here. I think Etienne, if you drafted him, you got great value for him.
Yeah.
Especially where he's going. He's an RB2 right now. You know what I mean? I wouldn't put him in like that RB1 range. I don't think he's cream of the crop, but if you put him in if he's your second running back, I think you're fine. If he's your flex, I think you definitely hit a good thing there. So, I mean, it depends what you're trading away from him. I wouldn't give up too much major of a value. Like,
no, you probably could do a 1-for-1 with like a decent wide receiver if you're like, hey, I need a running back and this guy needs a receiver.
So let's just say, so you brought up like Ladd McConkey. What side of the trade would you like better for that?
I would still stay on McConkey.
Stay on McConkey, yeah.
Just because I feel like there's a lot more upside with him.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I would probably still stick the McConkey.
But I'm not sure what wide receiver I would have to trade. Like have to trade for Etienne straight up.
What about like a Cortland Sutton? Would that be like something?
I think I would do that.
You'd probably.
Yeah, I would do that. I mean, you maybe could package like a guy like Ridley with somebody just because Ridley hasn't taken off yet. I mean, I don't think no one's gonna do a 1-for-1 with Ridley. But if you maybe could, package something like that, or
Let's go to the next name on the list. This has been one that
his teammate. Brian Thomas Jr.
We've been getting a lot of complaints about him in the live chat so far. People, I think I was telling people to play a Doomsday over him last week, and who would have thought we would be week 3 it was. So
yeah.
What's your take on BTJ? Do you think it's obviously I think this is sort of people buying low on him or people just panicking and just getting rid of him.
Get rid of him, yeah.
What's your panic level on him if you had to rate it on a scale of like 1 to 10?
Probably like a 6.
Probably like a 6. I would say like a 7, just because. Actually, no, I would say like an 8, because of the reason. If you look back last year, a lot of his best games and best moments came with Mac Jones at quarterback. It's looking more and more like him and Lawrence just don't really have a consistency together. So that's why I'm kind of panicking a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not quite there yet. I mean, I can understand that. I can understand that people are like just trying to like sell them and get rid of them for whatever they can in fantasy. But I mean, it's definitely you got to have some patience with just everybody. I feel like unless you're just like, hey, I don't care. I just want this person gone. I just want to trade someone. But
I just feel if you're trading him now, you're not getting close to the value.
Oh no,
you probably spent a second round pick on him. You know what I mean? You're not getting close to that value for him now.
Yeah, so I mean, I can see like if this week, if you have him and this week he goes for 20 points, you're like, hey, like he had a good week. I'm gonna try to sell high on him as much as I can. But I mean, you got to think at some point those two got to have some type of connection. It's not like I feel like there's like no one receiver wise really doing anything on the Jags.
No,
like Hunter's not doing anything.
He should be a number 1 guy. I mean, Denami Brown's been factoring a little bit. They're running the ball more for ETN, but I mean, it really, if BTJ starts playing good again, there's really nothing stopping him from taking it back over.
Right.
Would you consider buying low on him right now?
If you could trade for him for, I don't even know who. You got to hope whoever has him isn't just trying to trade him for the name and just being like, but this is Brian Thomas Jr.
Right. You basically like. I've seen some trades where people are trying to trade him off for like Xavier Worthy or something like that, and it's just like I might rather have BTJ because one, Worthy's hurt. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, I would buy low on him if you could.
Yeah, if you could.
If you don't have to give up a lot.
Or heck, we'll put this in next guy. We'll skip him one for now.
Okay.
J.K. Dobbins. If I trade J.K. Dobbins for BTJ, I think
I would do that all day.
Yeah, because just say they really need a running back. Like if you're, that's what I talk
Wait,
about.
is it Wait, okay, no, I'm thinking of somebody else. I was gonna say something. I'm thinking of somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. But yeah, because they what's the Harvey? That's what I'm thinking of. Okay, that's what I'm thinking of.
But I mean, so far it's been Dobbins.
Right, but I'm just at some point, I mean, like they drafted him for a reason. I just feel like there's way more upside if you could trade, Dobbins for, like we said, BTJ.
For sure. And I think that's the reason why Dobbins is one of the highest traded guys right now. Because I think smart owners are selling high on him. Like you said, I would be selling high on him right now if I can. I think he's still a solid start for the next, in a few weeks. I think for the rest of the season, he'll be a solid flex option.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, I can see towards the end of the year, Harvey getting more involved. And so that way we know if J.K. Dobbins, bad misfortune seems to befall him. We'll put that as lightly as we can. You know what I mean?
And then we'll go to our last guy, somebody who plays tonight.
Yeah, somebody who plays tonight.
Trey Benson. Obviously unfortunate what happened to Connor.
For sure.
I've always been a James Conner guy. I just feel like his work ethic, just the way he approaches everything.
He's a great dude too. Yeah. He's definitely had a great career. Sadly, it's very much in jeopardy right now. But opportunity knocks for Trey Benson here. Trey Benson's a running back prospect I really liked a couple of years ago. He was someone I think the Bills were looking at running backs. Obviously, we ended up with Ray Davis, but he was someone I was looking at a little bit. He's someone I wouldn't have minded, honestly. I think Trey Benson fits the profile of like a workhorse running back. I think there's a lot of upside. I think if he is still somehow available in your league, you're you're not in a great fantasy league if he's still available. And number two, he is someone that, me personally, I spent, all my fab on.
Basically. Spent a lot of money on it. I was surprised.
But I mean, let's put it like this. Me personally, I don't think there's going to be a better waiver wire pickup the rest of the year.
Well, yeah, and that's
very possible.
Yeah, that's how you got to look at it. I mean, you could look at it like that. You can also look at it like, hey, I get a starting running back right now, and you're hoping that you could plug him in every week.
So, I mean, I honestly think he's talented. So, I'm someone that's high on his talent. You know what I mean? I think at the very least, he's basically what James Conner was last year.
Gotcha.
And the thing is, I think that it's possible he can be even better because, I think he's got more juice in him. I mean, it's within the range of outcomes. He's a top 10 running back play the rest of the year.
Right. Go back to when Conner first went to Arizona. Who was the other running back that was there? Why can't I think of his name?
I know his name. Chase Edmonds.
Chase Edmonds. Okay. So was it the first or second year Conner was there? It might have been the first year. Isn't that the year he had 18 touchdowns or something? Yeah. So I remember, it's just because we're talking about the Cardinals and Conner and Benson. I remember that year, that offseason of fantasy football, we're drafting. I love my running backs in fantasy football. So I had two really good starters, and it's the end of the draft, and there's a few rounds left, and I'm like, holy cow, James Conner's left. And I really liked him going to Arizona. And I remember it was my pick. Everyone's like, Tyler, what are you going to pick? So I go up there. I'm like, guys, there's still a starting running back on the board right now. And everyone's just like, what? They're like, it's round 15 or 14, 13. They're like, no, there's not. What are you talking about? And they're like, did we miss somebody? I'm like, and I put the sticker on there, James Conner. They're like, that guy's not a starter. They're like, they got Edmonds there or whatever. I'm like, just wait. I'm like, just wait. And I remember, I think I have him my flex the whole year, and he popped off for 18 touchdowns. And I remember telling everyone, I'm like, guys, don't you remember draft night? I was telling you. Yeah. I was telling you how good he was going to be in Arizona.
But yeah, I honestly think that's the upside for Trey Benson, to be honest. I think he can be that good. You know what I mean? We'll see if we get a curveball from us tonight. Amari DiMercato was splitting carries with him, but
let me get him anytime touchdown, just in case.
But Trey Benson, he's looked good so far this year. He's been more effective than Conner so far this year when he's been in, at least. We'll see if he can take on a full workload. I think he can. I think if he's someone, obviously he's been involved in a lot of trades. I think he's even a buy high. I think if you can trade away a wide receiver 2 for him or something, I would do it.
Right. So what's a guy that you would trade away if someone has a wide receiver they're looking to trade away?
I would even go as far as say I would trade Devontae Adams for him.
Oh wow! You would do straight up 1-for-1?
Yes. If I was in dire need of a running back, I am that high on Trey Benson.
I guess if you really need a running back, you're gonna have to give up someone because people especially whoever you're trying to trade with, they're going to know you need a running back.
Exactly.
So they're going to already just be like, hey, the ball's in my court, knowing you need.
Yeah, if you're someone that, you know what I mean, like lost James Conner this week or
Right.
something, you know what I mean? Like, I would definitely, I think Benson's going to be a great player the rest of the year. I could be wrong. He's about to be playing real shortly here. We'll see if I'm right after this.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
But until next time, this is the Last Seat Podcast. And before we leave, please hit that like and subscribe button. But until next time, peace out.